What you see today is nothing compared to our vision. These are just tiny parts of what lies ahead of us. I know the road to development and modernization is difficult. I know that it is long. And I also know that the next stages will be even tougher and longer. But I have faith in God. I believe in my people, in the wisdom of our leadership, and the future of our nation. I am confident we will realize our goals. Our vision is clear. Our road is paved, and the clock is ticking. There is no more time for hesitation of half-baked goals or solutions. Development is an ongoing process, and the race for excellence has no finish line. End of quote. So until we find that kind of leader that believes in God and country, who truly loves the people, the leader who recognizes service, not awards, self-adulation, and national honors as the highest honor, until then will our democracy remain undeveloped. Certainly, without subscribing to any recklessness, I would think that if the leadership of any country is worth living for, it must also be worth dying for. Regrettably, such sterling leadership as we now so desperately need is not given to nations frequently or indeed in abundant supply. And I will demonstrate this by carrying out a very small exercise. In 36 years of the United States, she has produced 44 presidents. And as we sit here, let us ask ourselves if we can count 12 of them off the top of our head. If you get to 11 or 12, you'll probably be at a quarter, and that would be a 25% score, and 25% clearly is not a pass. So that is how few and far between outstanding leaders come to the life of a nation. You don't produce them every day. And in about 500 years of British democracy, or a little over, she has produced about 75 prime ministers. Think and see if you can remember 20 off the top of your head. If you do, you'll be close to 30%. It's still not a pass mark. The reason you may not remember many of them is that they were simply either not outstanding or did not meet the developmental aspirations of their people. Indeed, in just about a decade, Britain has produced 3 prime ministers: Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, and David Cameron. And in next year's election, who knows what will happen? I think in about 5 years, Japan has produced almost double that number of prime ministers. And this March, in India, the ruling party, the Congress party, was defeated, with the winning party, BJP, having 31.4% of the votes against the then ruling party's 19.5%. The instructive message in this musical chair of leaders is that their people have always acted to vote out leaders who were inefficient, who were not trusted, or who were simply unable to inspire their people. A number of American presidents served only one term. Some voluntarily stepped down. Others were voted out. Recently, Prime Minister Gordon Brown finished the term of Tony Blair and was voted out in the very first elections that he called. I will now conclude. So apart from building great parties, finding good people, and so on and so forth, the Nigerian people must find the courage to vote out an unperforming government after its first term. This must be the mood when that government lies about power, when it lies about security or about the economy, which are the problems it was mandated to solve. This is the strongest message of a desire for development that the Nigerian people can send to the incoming government, that we will vote you out if you also do not develop our lives. It remains for me to wish Governor Sylva a happy birthday, because this paper has been presented at his behest to commemorate his 50th birthday anniversary. Happy birthday and many happy returns.
Please keep the applause rolling for His Excellency Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, Executive Governor of Lagos State. Thank you so very much. I was just seated back there trying to digest all the important points that you were trying to pass across to us. I was almost tempted to say that from now on, every of our governor should be a son. Because the way you spoke effortlessly, like you didn't even need a paper or something. You were just reminding me of Akpojiomi Obama of United States, who could just come to the podium and say things. Once again, we appreciate you, sir. Could you give him another round of applause? Quickly, we'd like to move to the next item, which happens to be the discussion. But before we take the discussion, we'd like to create a little bit of musical relief for just about 5-10 minutes, and 5 minutes, and then we come back to the program. And to do this, ladies and gentlemen, we have a band in the house. A round of applause for Remi Adigbo Band as they entertain us for 5 minutes. Give them a round of applause, Your Excellencies.
And you're watching the 50th birthday lecture in honor of Chief Timipre Sylva. And we just listened to a lecture given by the Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola. His lecture is titled The Challenge of Democratic Governance. In that lecture, Governor Fashola spoke on the challenges that lie in democratic governance. He argued that some countries that are not democratic or that don't practice democracy fare better than some democratic African countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give the band a round of applause. Don't worry, you
Governor Fashiola, I believe.